Hey guys, this is Toep Duin from Sinister. We are listening to the Bloodhsed with Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio.
Toep, welcome. It's a pleasure for me to have you here on Bloodshot Show on Metal Messiah Radio.
Great, it's an honor.
Sinister was formed in the beautiful city of Schiedam in the municipality of South Holland The Netherlands, and it's part of Rotterdam Metropolitan area. Schiedam is also well known for the distilleries and malt houses and production of Genever, known as gin, and as well as the international renowned Ketel One vodka, which I love very much.
Yeah.
Born in the 70s and coming from either Schiedam, Beverwijk, or from Heemskerk, all part of North or South Holland, what could you tell us about the metal scene in the early years compared to nowadays in that part of the Netherlands?
In South North Holland, I think early 90s, we had a very strong scene in the South Holland with Sinister as main band. And in North Holland, there was a little scene with bands like Constellation and Embryonic. Constellation was a band I played in the early 90s. So then, there was a good scene. For now, the scene, it's getting tougher. The scene is getting a bit thinner, I think, in this part of Holland. So it's very hard to get the venues filled with people compared to the east of Holland, where you see that the scene and the festivals are bigger, better bands are playing. So there are a few initiatives in Amsterdam, for example, at Amsterdam Metal Fest. There are good things to rebuild the scene again in this part of Holland. And also we have the Baroque in Rotterdam, which is still a place where every band, big or small band, plays. So I think the scene was a bit less during end of the 90s, beginning 20s, but I think there are good initiatives to raise it again.
I still think you have good venues in Amsterdam, to say a couple: Paradiso, Melkweg, The Cave, Heineken Music Hall, but I think they should start doing things more often, huh?
Yeah, but Heineken Music Hall is it's so big venue. Well, Sinister we play death metal. I should call it underground metal, whatever. Paradiso is more for in the 90s, Paradiso was indeed a venue for bands like Morbid Angel, Immortal. I've seen a lot of bands there, but nowadays it's more alternative music, pop rock. It's not a place for death metal anymore. The Melkweg still is a place because of the Amsterdam Metal Fest, which books still thrash and death metal and punk and kind of stuff. But Heineken Music Hall is not for guys like us. You go there to see maybe Porcupine Tree or whatever, big bands, even bigger bands.
Yeah.
You have a few small places in Amsterdam, like The Cave. It's really small. I believe it's the smallest metal stage in the world, but it's still a killer place to be.
Sinister have been around for the last 29 years and has been through a different line of changes. Great musicians like, to say some, Mike van Maastricht, Corsas, André Tolhuizen, Frank Vase, Erik Dood, Alex Paul, Paul Beltman, and many, many more. The band made a mark with a killer debut album, Cross the Stick, in 1992 and conquered the underground with a subsequent 2 releases in 1993 with Diabolic Summoning and in 1995 with Hate, making the first 3 albums a benchmark for the rest of their discography.
Yeah.
The band released 3 more albums before disbanded in 1998, Aggressive Measures in 2001, Creative Killings, and in 2003 Savage or Grace, and right after this release the band was put aside. However, a reunion 2 years later with frontman at Kloosterwaard was like a hand springing out from the grave, resurrecting this monster back to life. And after the reunion, the band released some superbly powerful records like Afterburner 2006, The Silence Howling in 2008, Legacy of Ashes 2010, and The Carnage Ending 2012, and most recently The Post-Apocalyptic Servant in 2014, and the cover album Dark Memorial in 2015. A great musician I interviewed a couple years ago and was part of Sinister between the years 2010 and 2011 is the bassist Joost van de Graaf, who played for Ikea's and Youth Center. Did you play together with Joost in Sinister before he left the band, Toep?
No, I didn't play with him, and I think he was on a temporary base because I think he was something like hired to do the shows. I think he wasn't a full member of the band. So he quit it when I think Alex quit it, and also the drummer at the time, Edwin, Art as founder of the band, main person of Sinister. Yeah, he found us very quickly because I played already with Art in a few other bands like Supreme Pain and Absolute Universe. So yeah, by disagreement of these guys, they did again a split up, and then he called me. Okay, Toep, I have the throne behind the drum kit. What do you think? I said, okay, let's do it. Let's make some goals, bring Sinister on the same level as the early 90s.
You replaced Edwin in 2011 as a new drummer for Sinister.
Morning glory,
Toep, are you still with the death metal band from you formed in 1998 out of Den Helder, North Holland, Petrified?
No, that was, I quit this band 2008, I guess. 2009, I don't know. But there is, we have a sort of fan base, especially in the east of Holland. Yeah, we're maybe a sort of cult band, become a sort of cult death metal band, I don't know.
Okay, but
people shouting all the time, oh, when will Putrified reunite, play a gig? Also, the people are asking for the Stonehenge Festival. Oh, can you please do a reunion? And we miss you. So, yeah, I say, okay, never say never.
do you think it's something to think about, Toep?
Yeah. Okay, Sinister's agenda has the priority. So maybe I cannot say when, but if there is some time and also the other guys, they want to join and everything falls together, well, I wouldn't say we don't do it. So there's a possibility. And I still like these guys, still like the music, and I know if I rehearse 2 times, we can play a full set. The most of the tempos are still in my mind.
Toep,
Yeah.
this will be fun, I think, to ask. Tell us a little bit about Toep aka Toep Duin of black metal band Onlord.
Yeah, it's yeah. I sometimes I see it still on internet. Toep aka Stabat. It was like, I think halfway in the 90s. I played in Constellation, and I don't know why. We were just sitting with a beer and maybe smoking something. I don't know, and we would say, okay, why shouldn't we make black metal album? Because on one Sinister album there was actually sort of black metal song, and I said, okay, well, I think it's cool. Maybe we can do something cool with it. No, and then the idea was born. And they say, okay, but when we do it with pseudonym, with other names, and we'll see what happens. Because when you say, oh, it's the guys from Constellation, well, it's that's maybe typical Dutch. Oh, it's just these guys. So blah blah blah. So we made it like sort of secret, and we recorded. We made some songs, and we had to find other names because we would do our own names on the layout. So I thought, Stabat, I don't know, it sounded cool. So the guys just wrote songs and we recorded it, and people were like, what the fuck is this? And people were like guessing, is this from Holland? Is this from Germany? Maybe it's from Norway. So it was a sort of secret for many years. And eventually with the 3rd CD, I guess, I think we told here and there that, okay, we are the guys from Onlord. What, really? You are from Onlord? And I still get fan mail from guys in Chile, Peru, Spain, Brazil, whatever, that they found out that I'm Sinister, and they found out that I was also a drummer in Onlord. They say, I have this CD, and wow, this great black metal. So yeah, that's a bit, in a nutshell, the story about Onlord and my second name. Yeah, and sort of way I kept my second name. I guess.
You recorded 3 albums with the band as a main drummer. In 2012, on the album The Carnage Ending, The Post-Apocalyptic Servant, 2014, and The Dark Memorials in 2015. Could you give us and the fans a little explanation on these first 3 albums that you recorded with the band?
Now, what I can tell, because after another lineup change, it was like, okay, we have to come with a killer album, because otherwise fans will say, okay, again a new lineup and maybe disappointing CD. So we could kill ourselves, or we succeed.
Succeed.
It was a point. It was very important. We had to make a killer album. So, and I know from reactions from the fans that we indeed made a killer album. So people picked Sinister up again, even with some new band members. Yeah, and with the Post-Apocalyptic Servant, we would try to make another better record, of course, more aggressive. The songs were more blast beats, I guess. And I see with these last albums that it's going upward with the band, and that's very important. And with the last CD, Syncretism, we could easily made a second Post-Apocalyptic Servant, but we just tried to follow our minds and our hands, and not to make a second or third same album. So I think we went back a bit to the old school sound, and we tried to make it more creepy, and also the concept and the lyrics are like more from the old days about Satanism and blasphemy, such kind of stuff. Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job. So.
But Dark Memorials is the 12th full-length studio album by you guys and released via Massacre Records in June 2015. Dark Memorials is a bit different than the usual studio outputs through, and it's a cover album featuring covers of death and thrash metal artists. The album tracklist which features cover of bands like Sepultura, Carcass, Vulture, Death, Creator, and so on. Where was this idea of you guys, came for you guys to do this cover album?
Yeah, when? I think maybe it was me, maybe it was Bastiaan or Art, I don't know. We talked about, okay, next year Sinister is 25 years of existence. Is it fun to do something extra, maybe 7-inch or do some covers or DVD, whatever? Shall we do something special? Because it's worth an anniversary. So, and then the idea came up because on every CD we do cover songs or something extra on the bonus disc. Okay, let's make a full CD with covers, because as sort of an honor to the scene, and let's see if we could record a few songs from the old demos of Sinister. Try if we can replay them with better sound, better techniques, and just see what happens. So we were on WhatsApp group and say, okay, I like Creator, I like Marauder, I like Carcass, and it was with Bastiaan, me and Art. Yeah, it was like in 50 minutes we had a list, and I say, okay, let's do it. And we asked Massacre, okay, what do you think about this idea? And they say, oh, it's great. Let's do something special for this anniversary. So that was the idea behind it.
And it was good to see that you had add the spiritual immolation and the compulsory resignation to this cover album. I mean, great songs from the album Cross the Stick. And
it's always risky when you play covers. Also risky when you play actually covers from your own band, because you have people they say, okay, but this is not like the original. And if you play it like original, people say, why don't they have like more Sinister in it? So there are always people they say, no, if you play a cover, it should be the same as the original. And you have people who say, if you play a cover, you should do something with it, because otherwise, why should you play a cover song?
Yeah.
So you cannot please everyone, and that was the hardest thing. Also with the old Sinister songs, there are people that say, oh great, the old songs again with good sound, and you have also the old school guys. Some they say, well, this is I prefer the old one with the crappy not crappy, but with the old sound, because that's in your mind, I have also classic albums, and they have maybe bad sound or whatever, and there are still I understand it. So, but that's part of the deal if you play cover songs. But I think that turned out really good, and we got a lot of compliments about the covers, especially the Carcass cover, Bolt Thrower, and also the Sinister songs. There, we got great responses.
I heard of the album, and I like the way the band kept it standard death metal style.
Yeah.
Okay, Sinister lineup is Art Kloosterwaard, used to be the drummer, now is the vocals, the leader of the band. Toep Duin, the drummer since 2011. Bas Brussaard, guitar since 2011. The other Brussaard has left the band. That's Matthijs Brussaard. Is the brother of Bas Toep?
Yes, he is.
The brother. Okay.
Well, maybe I have more news for you then.
Okay, Dennis Hartog guitars, Ghislain van der Stel bassist, Ricardo Falcon guitarist. Okay, the band just hired 2 new members, Ghislain and Ricardo, as a third guitarist, and Ghislain is the bassist. Any special reason the band decided to hire a third guitarist in the person of Ricardo?
Now, first of all, Matthijs left. I think it was already 2015. So in 2016 we were busy to try to get a new bass guitar player. So it was very hard to find a good guy. So in the meanwhile, Aart's wife Alesa, she took the bass guitar for all the live gigs. So we were sort of covered, so we could play all the gigs.
Okay.
And then still looking for a replacement. And then we found Ricardo. Actually, Ricardo found us. He said, hey, he lived in Poland. He said, okay, guys, you looking for a bass guitar player? So Ricardo and I Skyped a few times, and then he came to Holland for rehearsal. I said, okay, if you want to come in the band, yeah, you should live in Holland. And he said, okay, I will move. 2 months later, he was in Holland, end 2016, for the bass guitar. And then Bas Brussaard, he said, okay, guys, after recording, I probably quit with the band. Yeah, because it became more obligation for him than fun. And yeah, when you feel it like that way, yeah, you probably should stop the band. Things happen. So, okay, Bastiaan said, okay, if you want to help us out during recordings of Syncretism. After that, we want to ask Ricardo to play the guitar, because actually Ricardo is a very good guitarist. So Ricardo said, yeah, okay, after the recordings, I will take the guitar. So there was, again, a spot for the bass guitar. And then I recruited Ghislain from the Stel. I saw him in the cave in Amsterdam playing with his band, and I said, okay, well, we have a spot for the guitar, bass guitar. Yeah, maybe you want to come and audition sometimes. So he called me the day after. He said, yeah, I want to come on audition. Oh, and he played a few times with the set with us, and it was, okay, I think we have now again a solid lineup. So Bastiaan left the band, and Ricardo plays the guitar, and Ghislain is now the bass guitar.
Okay,
yeah.
So he just left the band now.
Bastiaan left the band, yes.
Yeah.
He will come to the CD release party,
Okay.
but as a guest, as a visitor.
Not playing.
Not playing.
Too bad.
No, things happen. It's a question I get many times, also because of the lineup changes. I say, okay, you have to share energy. You know, you have private life, we have work, some of us have kids, and you have to share energy. And when you can not share it good enough, it becomes obligation to go to the rehearsal room, or you have other plans with your energy. Maybe you want to have a third kid, or you can make career in your work. Yeah, then you have to you have to decide what to do. And it's a normal process. It's no shame. We are also not mad at Bastiaan or other guys. It's a normal process.
Okay.
So for me, it's I will never quit with the band, but I can imagine that for some guys, yeah, they make decisions. So it's a logical process, and I see it in almost every band in the world.
Yeah.
That
The
The band's 13th album will be released on February 24th, again via Massacre Records under the name Syncretism.
Yeah.
And this album will deliver a combination of old school death, mayhem, and epic orchestral arrangement. The band offer the best of both worlds, which is sure to appeal to older fans and as well as the new ones. Dennis Hartog and Bas Brussaard are impressive in creating a tight rhythm section, and along with drummer Toep, you guys never let go the groove pedal, resulting of some pretty intensive moment along the length of the album, while at guttural might is too an unstoppable force on this record. Toep, all fans and medias are out there waiting for this release of this masterpiece. And what could you tell them about this album and what to expect?
Yeah, I think you already give a good explanation. For me, I think this album is, I probably would not say more back to the roots, but this album is, I think, more dark again, and we added synths on every song, not just to make it more creepy, not to become a pussy band with la 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 la. So it's just a sort of layer to make it more wide or more creepy. And I think the songs are more dark, more the atmosphere of this album is more dark, blackish than the previous two albums. I think the song structures there's more dynamics in it. Every song has a real middle part. Yeah, it goes like fast, slow parts, good recognizable refrains. Yeah, that's pretty what you can expect, I think.
You also have Gert-Jan de Vis, guitarist of Amsterdam industrial band Third Machine, and Carsten Athena, guitarist of the atmospheric death metal out of Kampen, the monolith that called as gas musician. On which songs are they performing, and did you had this in mind already, or just happens to invite them to come in?
Because Bastian wrote a few songs with cool middle parts, and we were thinking, okay, well, maybe it's cool to add a synth layer in the song. We play sometimes with monolith, so we know Karsten, and we thought about, okay, should he like to do it? So we called Karsten, hey, can you provide on a few songs some effect or whatever? I said, yes, I can do it, sure. So we made an agreement, and then Bastian wrote again some songs. Okay, but this song is also could use maybe some stuff. Yeah, and at the end, we thought on every song there was some space for cool ads or effects.
Okay.
So we said, Karsten, okay, we gave him some spots, some points, and we gave him actually free hand. So do something with it. Maybe a choir, maybe some orchestral stuff or piano, whatever. So he created extra atmosphere in all the songs. And for the bonus track, it's a Doom song of almost 50 minutes. It was idea of mine and Adri, because we also like Doom. I said, okay, we could do again cover songs, but okay, sometimes you must do something different. So we came up with the idea for a Doom song, and Bastian had like for 7 minutes riffs. Well, actually, it were 2 riffs. it's Doom. But I asked a friend of mine from a former band. I played in a sort of symphonic metal band and with Gert-Jan, and I know he's also very good with guitar stuff and synthesizer effects and etc. So I asked him, okay, we have 7 minutes riffs. Can we make it like an epos for like 15 minutes? So he said, yeah, I like the idea. So I went to him for a few evenings. Yeah, and we stretched up the song, and he added all kind of effects and creepy cool stuff. So that was the part of Gert-Jan.
The band released a video clip for the song Neurophobic, about a nun possessed by evil and produced by Sebastian Spijker. How was the making of this video gone?
It was real fun, because it was we made a video before for the Science of Prophecy. It was made by Bas Brussaard.
Okay.
But this was a real company, and these guys they wanted to make a video for us, and they did really professional. They made a script, and then they made a storyboard with every shot was drawn, and they hired people to play, actors, and some parts they did with a green screen, and they even recorded in a swimming pool. So it they made a lot of work of it, and it was really fun because he's really cool working with. We had to play in a old building, and that should be a sort of hospital. We made the shots, and he made a lot of fun. It was not like very not a director who was pointing, do that, do this. So it was pretty spontaneous, and he thought very well about how to make this, and he had it all in his mind. And this is the result of the nun, which is who's actually schizophrenic, and she thinks, okay, I'm not a nun, I'm going crazy. And then the doctors, they think, okay, she's crazy, we have to operate the brain. And she's a sphere of the science of the neuroscience. So that's the explanation of neurophobic, the fear of the knowledge of brain science or brain technology. I don't know how to explain very clear in English, but that was the idea about this video clip.
You also released a lyric video for the song Bloodsoaked Domain about 3 weeks ago. Are there more videos to be premiered before the release of your new album?
No, this too. We wanted just one lyric video as a little teaser, so people know already a bit how the CD will become. Because we knew the real video clip took some extra weeks to edit and to create. So I said, okay, but maybe we can do a lyric video, and it was also made by the same company. This was made by Fran Kaart, and she works together with Sebastian Spijker within the company from Ik wil ook een video.nl.
Okay. The band's last 5 albums were all recorded, mixed and mastered at Sound Lodge Studio in Rotterdam, Germany, and this goes also for Syncretism as well, which was recorded during November 2016 with producer Jorg Uken. How do you guys feel again working with Jorg at Sound Lodge Studio?
No, it's, if you go there for like third or fourth time, also with Supreme Pain, I was there once. The end product will be good, and each other. He knows us, how we work. I know him, how he works. So it's like every time sort of homecoming. Hey Jörg, how is it? Hey man, and you do your thing. You set up your drums, and you drink beer, you talk, and then next day you start. It becomes a natural process. Okay, what counts is the end result, and we know what to expect. It's not like complete digitalized or digital product. He wants to keep some real organic feel in the sound, and I think that worked out very well this time. I think the sound is very clear, but also very real, and that's Jörg is an amazing producer, mixer. So easy to work with, and the atmosphere was really good this time. It was a logical choice to choose for Jörg again. So
After the band last work done with Nuclear Blast record in 2006 for the release of the album Afterburner, the band signed with Massacre Records for the 2008 release The Silent Howling, and since then all other releases has been done with the Massacre Record, including the upcoming album Syncretism. To tell us what are the main ingredients that made this binding between Massacre and Sinister so strong?
That's hard to explain for me, because in the past Art did most of the communication with Massacre Records. Last year I also involved with management and with contact with Massacre. Well, they are not very, in Massacre we are, I think, one of the main bands, so you get full attention. There's never a problem if you need artwork, if we ask something about the studio. There's no complaints. So actually we can make we can do what we want. They don't say, okay, the artwork maybe should a bit like this and the production must be like this. No, we have a full free hand in what we do.
Okay.
So then it's very easy to work with. So why then changing? There's no reason for it.
I see the world, the end of time, a strange place to be. I cannot tell what's happening. Where am I? Lost in time? Are there some answers? Where can I find the road to my inner conscience? Maybe there's no explanation. maybe there's only death. Maybe this is real. Maybe it's evolution. A future far after civilization, recognized by desolated cities and dark landscapes. New life forms are created. Human leftovers mutated to killer machines. They conquer each other to survive the elements. The sun, taken by the angry gods, causes a sober atmosphere, dark, gray clouds, and immense assaults of rain result in a flooded world.
Let's go to your cover artwork. Cover artwork of this album done by Alex Status. Has Alex also done the cover artwork for Dark Memorials?
Yes.
Yeah, and because I know Mike was doing did a couple artwork covers for your covers for later albums before, right?
Yeah. Art just came up with him. I don't know. I think he saw some artwork from Alex on the internet, and because Dark Memorials was a sort of special CD, I thought, okay, maybe it's cool to maybe do it by another artist. Let's see how it works out. And we were so amazed by the artwork. So Mike is also amazing.
Yeah,
let's say that because
I must add to this.
Mike is an incredible artist, no doubt about this.
Yeah.
But it was maybe time to do a change for one or two times. And Alex is also a great artist. I like both artists, and now we choose Alex. I can say Mike did the complete layout of the digipack, so Mike is still involved in the band.
Great.
By making out.
Yeah, I love the cover artwork for the ones he did for Sinister.
Yeah, so now Alex did the artwork and Mike did the layout for the digipack and for the booklet and stuff. Did the Photoshop and for the pictures and everything. So, but we are very pleased with the artwork and cover.
A record release show is scheduled to take place on February 18 at the P60 in Amstelveen. What do you guys have in mind as set list, and are there gonna be more bands to be performing on this special night?
Yes, we will start just to warm up with some old songs, and in the middle part of the show we'll play like half of the CD, and then we'll end also with a few oldies and a few songs from Post-Apocalyptic Servant, like the fastest songs to end with a big bang, and then we'll play with Doubters, and that are also friends of mine. Some of the guys were from my old band from the 90s, from Constellation, and also my buddy Nick is playing drums. He played in maybe you know the band Funeral Whore from Holland.
Yes.
So he switched to Doubters, and first band is playing Spartan, and they are cool guys from also from this from the area. So there are three bands. So we made a new backdrop from the cover art, like very big backdrop, and we made special beer for this event, the Sinister beer. I have guys from Happy Face Beers, they are friends of mine, and they say, okay, we can make a special edition beer. They have a sort of brewery. So now we made new merchandise, the CDs I have here in my room. So the CD, this one.
Okay.
You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm coming for it with your signature on in July.
Yeah. Okay, now I can show it.
Great.
So we did a lot to make this a special event.
The band would also be at 013 Tilburg, that's in March, and you guys will be playing in Finland for the Steel Open Air in Fleming in Germany, July, and Finland you will be playing in May, and Fleming, Germany, July, and this great metal fest that I will attend as well. Metal Days in Slovenia. Hope to see you, to have a couple beers with you guys at the Metal Days festival. And are you guys gonna be playing more festivals around Europe around the time, the summer festivals?
Yeah, we are busy with more festivals. We play Obscene Extreme, we play Metal Mania Poland. There are also big festivals. We are busy with a festival in Portugal. I don't know the schedule in my head, but I know there are a few other festivals.
Also, it's gonna be very busy for the band.
Yeah, a little festival in Berlin, I think, somewhere end of the year. We are busy trying to get some shows in UK and maybe a few 3 or 4 shows in Italy, combined with some festival there. But I don't know exactly the schedule in my head.
Anything else you want to add to this interview, Toep, before we say goodbye?
Went pretty good. It's always hard to talk English when you're Dutch, but I think I managed.
Okay,
we managed. So I want to thank all the listeners and all guys and all fans from the world. I hope to meet, because I'm not only a musician, I'm also a fan. So when we play somewhere, I'm also in the venue, between the people, drinking beer and having fun. So I like to meet, and I enjoy to see other bands and to see other guys. So thank you, and thank you for watching.
So you're gonna have all your merchandises and albums there available for the fans to buy?
Yeah, yeah. This is a very short but clean answer.
Yeah.
So
And
we try to also. Sometimes it's difficult when we fly. You have to put everything in a bag. So, but we try every festival from now on to have merch from this last CD to have it with us.
Toep, before you leave, could you give the fans the address if they want to buy your merchandise or album, any album of the band? Where should they go?
Now, actually, on this moment, we are busy to open a web shop because we don't have a big cartel yet. So I am talking with different parties who can help us opening a web shop, but I'm a long time busy with this because I don't want to do it myself because it would be too much besides everything I'm doing for the band already. I'm looking for a third party, and maybe I found someone. I don't know. I cannot guarantee how long it should take, but only thing I can say, go to our Facebook page and wait till there is an announcement where to buy stuff like shirts and CDs and other stuff we have. So for the first shows, it's only you can only get it by our show. Sorry, yeah. And for the rest, yeah, I hope we are getting online soon to deliver,
Okay.
to provide our fans.
I want to thank you very, very much to have made this interview possible. I want to say thanks to all the guys from the band. My congratulations for the great new album. I just listened to the album. I mean, the new one, and I'm very impressed and delighted that again you guys deliver such a great music and to keep metal alive. And thank you once again very much. And looking forward to meet you in Holland or in Slovenia to get to drink some beer together.
Yeah, some beer, some booze, and some cherry liquor.
Yeah. So like I always say, Toep, thank you very much, and metal on. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye.
moment of the